Hello everyone, welcome back to the kitchen table. Today on the kitchen table, a bit of an impromptu video which is prompted by a comment on a previous video that I've published, and it's to do with cracks appearing on some Phantom 3s. And before we look into that though, it's the kitchen table, we must have a beverage. I'm back on the coffee again, I'm afraid, so cheers. Oh, keep me going. Right, yes. There have been some people for a little while now reporting cracks appearing in the shell on their Phantom 3. A small number, but they're still kind of appearing. And I had a subscriber who left a comment saying, oh, you know, when are you going to do a video about this? And I sort of have mentioned it in previous comments, but I haven't suffered from the issue. But yeah, no, I thought it was time to do a video about and sort of let people know about it. Give you my pet theory, and also I've approached DJI to see if I can get kind of some official words, so we'll see what's come of that. The cracks that I'm talking about mainly seem to be appearing, let's drag her in these screw holes here, where the two mounting screws that fix the shell at the arms just above where the motors are mounted are. I'm going to cut away to some close-ups of some photos that others have taken of their issue, and you can see that they're very specific, these ones, in that they're happening kind of in the wall of that screw hole, and that does seem to be the most sort of prevalent version that appears. Now, I'm not a qualified engineer, nor am I a materials scientist in any way, shape or form. But to me, in my very untrained layman's eye, that doesn't have the look of a stress crack. On some of the older Phantoms, quite a few people got stress cracking where this little tiny screw is here. Going down there to the join, come down, go down there to the joint, and sometimes drifting, and that's a classic sort of vibration induced stress crack, because you could see it starts in one place and it creeps. These ones look like a sudden failure, and when I took the shell off to have a look inside, I'll put a link up here or down there somewhere to that video, because it shows you how to do that if you want to, and also what size Torx heads you need to get in there. I did find a couple of them were pretty darn stiff, and subsequently some of my patrons who I sort of mentioned this to have kind of gone and checked theirs and found that one or two of them have been really quite stiff. So obviously when I put this back together again, I didn't torque them down really hard. I kind of just nipped them down just finger tight, because that is all you need. I mean, this thing is not coming apart. To be honest, with all those tabs, pretty much I reckon with 0 screws in, the thing won't come apart. So they don't need to be torqued in that super hard. Now, if on the production line they've been kind of, I don't know, they've been torquing them down too hard, or that's just a spec, or for some reason, then I can understand why under a lot of pressure, if you have some natural movement and flex, that will just suddenly snap. So that's my kind of pet theory. As I say, I haven't had it, but I have backed these all out and put them back in again. One of the things I would suggest people do is, as part of your pre-flight check, is have a look inside these holes, all of them perhaps, and have a really close look. And if you see anything odd or different, then it might be time to kind of do something about it. I had a word with DJI. The official word from DJI is that if you have such problems, then let them know and send it in, and it will be repaired. I have been told that anything like that happens is covered under the warranty. I didn't get an answer as to why it's happening, if they know why it's happening, what the issue is, what they think of my theory. That wasn't forthcoming. So we've got no idea of knowing how prevalent it is. The problem for some people is that if you want to put it in for a repair, then you're talking 6 to 8 week lead time perhaps, which is a bit of a downer. Some people have been attempting to fix it themselves with super glue and hot glue and all sorts of stuff. I am never going to recommend that you start slathering chemicals over your aircraft. I understand the frustration of it being away, but if that damages the plastic in some other way, then that certainly won't be covered by warranty. But you're all grown up, so you can do what you like. I would just personally, if you're concerned about it, look to see if you've got any very tight screws and back those off. Other people are calling them fatigue and stress. As I say, I don't know. They could well be. Some people have said, well, if the motors have been put out of kilter, then that could be causing undue stress. But just to my untrained eye, they do look as if it might be being caused by these being over torqued. But it is covered if you do have that problem, and DJI have said to contact them and they will arrange for them to be sent in for it to be, I guess, swapped out for a completely new shell. You wouldn't repair something like that, they'd swap it out for you, I guess. So there we are. Just, I think, add another item to your pre-flight check. Have a really close look, which you should be doing anyway, guys, really. I know it's a bit of a pain and we just want to go and these are marketed as ready to fly, out the box, off you go. But we have to remember we have responsibilities as well. These are a hefty piece of equipment to land on somebody's head because you didn't check that it wasn't going to fall apart. So please just add that to your pre or post-flight checks and see if you've got any of those. And then if you've suffered from it, you've got any pictures of it, can you let me know in the comments? Let's see if we can find out a common theme. If you did think that they were over tightened, let me know and we'll maybe see if we can start to get to the bottom of what it might be. There we are. Just thought, as promised, we'd mention that. If I do hear anything more from DJI of a we know what it is nature, I'll obviously let you know. But at the moment, all they're saying is if you have the issue, call them up and they will arrange for a repair. That's it. Anyway, I hope you found that useful. Thank you very much for subscribing. Thank you, especially if you're a channel patron, you're a donor, or you've clicked any of the links down in the videos below and sort of done your usual Amazon shopping or whatever. That's really appreciate that. All helps. And that's it. Until next time, I will see you back on the kitchen table. And until then, cheers.